Hello, third grade. My name is Jennifer Albron, and I will be reading your Partnership for Kids book for today. Today's theme is friendship, and friendship is a very important part of your lives. There are many ways and places to make friends. You can make friends in your classroom, in a sports team, in your neighborhood. So it's important for you to know, in order to have good friends, you have to be a good friend yourself. So thank you for being here today and being present in school and present for our book buddy visit. I will be reading Jake, Drake, Know-It-All by Andrew Clements. And this is going to be what it looks like. Each one of you will be receiving a copy to keep and to take home to build your library at home. So, let's get started with our book, Jake, Drake, Know-It-All. And we'll be reading the first chapter. There are a couple of illustrations in the book, so I will be showing those whenever they pop up as well. Chapter 1, The Catch. I'm Jake Drake. I'm in 4th grade and I'm 10 years old, and I have to tell the truth about something. I've been crazy about computers all my life. My first computer was an old Mac Classic with a black and white screen. I got to play Reader, Rabbit, and Magic Math. I got to draw pictures on the screen and played Battle Tanks. And that was before I could even read. Then our family got a Mac with a big color monitor. I got to play Tetris and Shangia, and Solitary and Spectre. Then I got a joystick for Christmas when I was 4, and so did my best friend Willie. Whenever Willie came to my house, we played computer games together. It's not like we played computers all the time because my mom made a 1 hour a day rule at my house. But Willie and I filled up that hour almost every day. Then the computer started getting super fast, and I started messing around with Virtual Drummer and then Sim City and Sim Ant and PGA Golf and about 10 other games. And then the internet arrived at my house, and all of a sudden I could make my computer do some pretty amazing stuff. It was like a magic window. I'm telling all of this because if I don't, then the rest of the story makes me look like a real jerk. And I'm not a jerk, not most of the time. I just really like computers. When I started kindergarten, there was a computer in our room. When the teachers saw I was good on it, I got to use it. Even got to teach other kids how to use it, except for Kevin and Marcia. They didn't want me to tell them about computers or anything else. Like I said before, I'm 10 now, so I've had some time to figure out some stuff. And one thing I know for sure is this: there's nothing worse than a know-it-all. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty smart, and I like being smart. And almost all the kids I know, they are pretty smart too. But some kids, they have to prove they're smart, like all the time. And not just smart, they have to be the smartest. And that's what Marcia and Kevin are like. Marcia McCall and Kevin Young were nice enough kids back in kindergarten, as long as I didn't try to tell them anything about the computer. Because when I tried to show Kevin how to make shapes with the drawing program, he said, "I know that." But I don't think he really did. And when I tried to show Marcia how to print out a picture of a kitten, she said, I can do that myself. But a lot of the time, Kevin and Marcia were pretty nice because kindergarten was mostly playtime. But when we got to first grade, school changed. All of a sudden, there were right answers and wrong answers. And Kevin and Marcia, they went nuts about getting the right answers. But it was worse than that. They both wanted to get the right answer first. It was like they thought school was a TV game show. It, if you got the right answer first, you won the big prize. Anyway, they both turned into know-it-alls. Our first grade teacher, Miss Grims, every time she asked a question, Marcia would start shaking all over and waving her hand around and whispering really loud, like this. Ooh, 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 I know, I know, I know, I know. And while Marcia was going, ooh, ooh, Kevin looked like his arm was going to pull his whole body right out of his chair and drag it up to the ceiling like his arm had its own brain or something. It was pretty awful. But Miss Grimes, she liked it when Kevin and Marcia tried to be the best at everything. She liked seeing who could get done first with a math problem. She liked letting everyone with 100 on a spelling quiz line up first for lunch or recess. First grade felt like a big contest, and Miss Grimes smiled at the winners and frowned at the losers. When she asked the class a question, most of the time Miss Grimes called on Marcia first. If Marcia was slow or didn't know something, then Kevin got a turn. If Kevin messed up, then she would call on someone else. And I think I know why Miss Grimes always called on Marcia and Kevin. I think it's because she's kind of a know-it-all herself. I bet she was just like Marcia back when she was in first grade. Second grade wasn't much better. The only good thing was that my second grade teacher wasn't like Miss Grimes. Miss Brattle didn't want school to be a big contest, so she hardly ever called on the know-it-alls. All year long, Miss Brattle kept saying stuff like, Kevin and Marcia, please look around at all the other students in this class. They have good ideas too. Just put your hands down for now. That didn't stop Kevin and Marcia. The oohing and the arm waving never let up. But last year, when I was in third grade, that's when things got out of control. And I guess it was partly my fault. And Miss Snaving, my third grade teacher, she had something to do with it. And so did the principal, Miss Carp. And so did this guy named Mr. Lenny Cordo over a wonky supercomputer store. He had a lot to do with it because Mr. Lenny Cordo came to my school one day back when I was in third grade. And Mr. Lenny Cordo told me that he had a present for me, something really wonderful, something I had been wishing for. But there was one small catch, because there was always at least one small catch. And this was the catch. Before Mr. Lenny Cordo could give me this wonderful thing that I wanted so much, I would have to do something. I would have to turn myself into Jake Drake Know-It-All. Apologize, I did not show the picture or page previously before the one I was reading. Oh, so this is how that happened. All right, so then chapter 2 will be up to you as a class to decide whether you want to read this chapter. So you will discuss some qualities that you look for when making friends as a class. And then I can give an example of what is one thing that I look for whenever I am making new friends. I really value a kind person. So whenever I do make new friends, I really am looking for people that know how to be nice to other people. Um, so we are going to also, or I will be explaining the activity that you all will be doing as a class. Your teacher will pass out a handout to play the game Friendship Bingo. So once the handouts are passed out, um, you students will walk around and find another classmate that matches one of the characteristics that are on the card, and then write their name down or have the student write their name down. First student to fill their entire card with classmate names win. So teachers, if you need a moment to pull out the handout, this would be the time. Other than that, thank you so much for having me today, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.